Okay, I think we're back. I do not know if it's treating this as the same stream or a different stream. I'll have to see. But, my power went out. Well, okay, it didn't go out. Well, okay, it went out, but it, like, flashed? So it... how do I explain this? It, like, everything turned off, except for my PC and my Switch. They were perfectly fine. I continued playing for, like, 10 seconds before I had the connection error, and it kicked me. But yeah, everything reset, and I don't know why. Okay. I don't know if it's counting this as a different stream or the same stream. I'll figure it out. If it does counting as the different stream. God, I hate edit. I don't know. Am I the only one who has this problem where when I take the Twitch stuff off of Twitch, it has, like, the audio and video doesn't sync up properly? Just keep happening. Yeah, whatever. Shut up. I think that's like my second time this has happened. But yeah, that sucks. Your power goes out. But yeah, everything turned off except for my PC. Usually it turns off as well. I'm amazed it didn't. But yeah, as part of that, my Wi-Fi router turned off. And I mean, it was back up in a second. I think it's pretty funny though. Oh my gosh. I completely lost my train of thought of what I was talking about. I think we were talking about Spider-Man. Yeah, no, I think it's in good hands. You know, there's a game that just came out on PC. Minutes? I think it's called Minutes or something like that. It's kind of like a Zelda-inspired thing, but you only have like a minute to live. So you have to do everything in just a minute time limit? That's a really interesting idea. I'm kind of curious to see. I haven't played it yet. I probably won't pick it up in the imminent future. But I kind of like that idea. A minute to beat a Zelda style. I know it's not like you can die and reset and you like take knowledge you've learned to like fast travel. So I think it's a good idea. I'll play it eventually, not on stream. Ever since I got the capture card, I've been less motivated to play PC games on stream. I mean, I can still every once in a while. Oh yeah. Come on, I hit 4 people. Really nothing? Whatever. This song still reminds me of Willy Wonka. Anybody else? That was a nice play. Okay, let's run back into it. How did they... You know, I don't even want to know. Shit, I walked right into that. No! Come on, my connection's working fine. It should be working fine. What? My Wi-Fi was working fine. No. I mean, the stream's still up, right? Yeah. The stream's still up. What? Oh my god. Yeah. No, my router's still looking good. It's counting it as a completely different stream. Shit. I hate editing these things together. The audio and video desyncs, and I don't know why. Someone once told me it's because of like there's a difference between a constant and a variable frame rate. And I mean, I guess, but let's go back into it. Let's hope it doesn't disconnect me. I wonder what it actually does if you disconnect too much. And I mean, I think it really should not matter that much for like lower rank stuff, but for like Splat battles, but for like Splatfest, that's a whole different kind of worms, right? Ooh, anything good at the shop? Oh gosh, those glasses. Let's see, this Splatfest. No network disconnects, it says. Oh yeah, Chicken won the last Splatfest. I forgot about that one even. Also forgot about Action versus Comedy. Yeah, I actually did Action. And Socks and Sweaters was the first one I did. Gosh, I could have probably been up to next rank by now. Let's be honest though, I suck. But yeah, what else? Let's see, for Humpback. Oh god, Humpback Pump Track. That's probably my least favorite. Between that and not Shifty Stations. Well, actually, it would probably be a Shifty Stations. But I hate there's one map that's a it's between Humpback Pub Track and Moray Towers. I hate both of those maps. I can never win in Humpback Pump Track. Maybe that's my problem with it, is that I just never win. It's such a difficult. It's not it's not that I never won, but you know what I mean. Nothing. How was it going? Oh shoot, I hit the wrong button. An undercover umbrella. Not bad. It's an interesting weapon. It definitely plays different than the normal umbrella. I like all three ideas for the umbrellas. It's just the undercover umbrella is just kind of the worst one. I mean, the tent umbrella is huge, but it has its upsides. God, I can't break it clearly. What's the other one? There's another umbrella. Oh, the normal, the Sorella. The Sorella is just a variant of the normal, from what I can tell. Maybe like a recolor. It's not bad. Assuming it is finally in the game. I do not know. I do not keep track. Remember when Game Explains used to keep, like, they used to do, like, Splatoon videos, and, like, they'd update it on, like, a weekly basis on, like, what's coming and whatnot, and then they clearly just got too busy to do them anymore. Yeah. And I don't follow, like, I know there is a Splatoon Twitter that probably keeps it all updated, and I don't play the game enough. Again, like I was saying earlier, multiplayer shooters just aren't my thing. Of course, single player. The single player in Splatoon 2 was not. I mean, it's not the great. It's kind of like a Mario Galaxy inspired shooter, which, I mean, it's not an inherently bad idea. God damn it. I am, though, excited. I still, it looks like the, Octo expansion will be a lot, like, more complex. So I do have faith that it will be, like, different and interesting. I mean, it could let me down. Who knows? Yeah, no, we lost that. I'll buy it either way. We may even do it here on stream. But I do, the next thing I do have to do is I have to beat Link to the Past. I've been saying I was going to do Link to the Past since I beat Zelda 1, and I have yet to touch it. God, that map was just, that we did horrible that round. Level 98, oh my god. But yeah, Link to the Past is definitely next after this. And then, I have no idea how long that's going to take. I schedule out about a month or so for that game. As I've said before, I've never beaten it. I've never got far in Link to the Past. I tried to Let's Play it once even. Yeah. Really shitty Let's Play. I had no idea what I'm doing. And when I play it, I'll have no idea what I'm doing again. It's a game that I never liked as a kid, and I don't like now. But, hey, maybe playing it again will change my mind. And then, after Link to the Past... God, I got to 1965? I must have been doing pretty good for a while. After Link to the Past, we're doing... I have no idea. I'll figure it out, I guess. Actually, it may take... I mean, we'll start it next week. We'll start Link to the Past. But early on in May, hopefully, we may actually go through some... God damn it, not another same team. We may actually go through some games in May pretty fast. Not like... And then as we get into June and July, it'll be a little more complicated. I'm gonna hope to cover E3 again this year for the 3rd year in a row. That would be really nice. I was actually thinking about E3. I mean, we know we're gonna see Smash. I hope... I'm expecting Fire Emblem from Nintendo. You know, for as much as I'm one of those people who does like Fire Emblem Echoes, or not Echoes. I've never played Echoes, I mean. I like Conquest, Birthright, I like the Fates games, I like Awakening, but I much like my hate of RPGs, I mean, they kind of are. I don't hate RPGs, what am I saying? I mean, I spent a big chunk of this stream talking about Pokemon. I just don't, it's never, oh god, where was I going with that? Fire Emblem, I have such a, I struggle to beat Fire Emblem games. I never beat Conquest. Conquest was such a, ugh. But, and I know people have problems with Conquest, that, oh, it's not, because people want because Fire Emblem, again, much like most games, falls into formulas. And the Awakening formula is one that, while it made the series popular, it brought the series back from... Because Fire Emblem, for all extensive purposes, was dead until Awakening. Or, well, it was going to be dead, but then Awakening saved it. And while there are a lot of people thankful for that, really not a freaking game. There are a lot of Fire Emblem fans who would rather it have died, because the modern Fire Emblem games are not like the ones they loved. I mean, I don't know about Echoes of the Shadows of Valentia, that, because I mean, it was a remake, which I like the Echoes name. That's not a bad idea. But there are who just hate Awakening with a burning passion. And I don't get it. Personally, I liked Awakening. I can see how it saved the franchise. One game practically made Fire Emblem into an A-tier Nintendo franchise. That's pretty impressive. So I'm expecting to see that. That's probably going to be our October or November game. Like, I would not be surprised if that's the big... I don't... Because, again, some people don't think it's an A-tier franchise, right? Because it's... I mean, it's an anime game. It doesn't appear to be mainstream A-tier. Like, your Splatoons or your Marios or whatnot. But I think it stands up with all the greats. I mean, look how many characters it has in Smash Bros. I know some people complain about that, and I mean, I get it with certain ones, and I do kind of hope there are less Fire Emblem characters in the new game. We got this. I know a lot of people like Ike. I know in Heroes, the shitty mobile game. Actually, I heard it's not that bad. I played some of it. People, like, they did a voting to pick your favorite character, and I guess Ike won it, which is cool. But honestly, in the new Smash, I wouldn't have a problem if they got rid of Ike. We're at the point where, yeah, we can get rid of Ike. Marth is probably going to stay. Again, assuming this is a brand new game built from the ground up, which I really doubt. I mean, assuming they could just take the previous game and just build on top of it, update some old characters, make the new ones, then I think any old character will stay. But assuming it's like a brand new game from the ground up, which, I mean, it could be. I mean, Melee was very short turnaround. God, I could go into... God damn it. But my thing, I was going with that. I don't think we need Ike. Ike has not been in a game, like his own game, in a while. Same thing with honestly, I honestly do think we could get rid of him. If it wasn't for the fact that Roy and Marth were like, oh, the originals, and mainly Marth I'm thinking of. I honestly do think we could get rid of Marth and Roy. Same thing with Lucina. I mean, maybe we keep Marth just because Sword Fighter, but Roy we could totally get rid of. Lucina, yeah, sure. I mean, I play Lucina over Marth, but I still stand by that. The other one is, but Robin I think could stay. Because Robin's unique. Like, compared to just every other Fire Emblem Sword Fighter, Robin is pretty unique. Same thing with Corrin. Corrin may not look very unique at first, but the whole dragon does make it, make her, him, whatever gender you play, pretty interesting. And then who else is there? And then assuming this new Fire Emblem game has like a new main protagonist, I can totally see them showing up in the Smash Bros. Because that's what Roy was in Melee, he was to promote the new game. God, I could not hit them. So I can see another Fire Emblem character, which I know people aren't happy with. That's why I'm saying we can cut some of the old ones. We can cut Ike, we can cut Roy, we can probably cut Marth, Lucina. I mean, it's still an A-tier franchise, but it's just the fact that 5 of them basically play the same is not a good sign. Where the hell are they? Who else? Who else would be? I mean, we can go into Smash speculation. Oh, you know, actually thinking about it, I did just think of one other thing. I think Roger's Base posted this on Twitter, where he was doing a poll between K. Rool or Ridley, and K. Rool was winning. It was like a 60-40 split, and I was like, really? Because I'm totally on the side of Ridley. I don't think there's enough to K. Rool. I mean, he has not been in a game in how many years now? Since what? Diddy Kong Racing? Donkey Kong Country 64? Yeah, no, we don't. I don't see the reason. I know people want Donkey Kong Country, like, rep. And I do agree, he's probably better than, like, a Dixie Kong or something, which would probably play very similar to Diddy. But I think Ridley deserves, because Metroid is one of Nintendo's A-tier franchises. Or S-tier, I mean. It's their holy trinity. You know how like DC Comics has Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, right? Their holy trinity. Nintendo has that as well with Mario, Link, and Metroid. But much like DC's holy trinity, there's always the one who's kind of underrepresented. In DC, it's Wonder Woman, and Nintendo, it's Metroid. And I'm mainly speaking in like recent years. Nintendo does not like to admit that franchise exists. I mean, they're getting better. But I do think Ridley would be I know there's the Too Big, which didn't someone like look into that and it was like taken out of context? Between the two, I'd much rather have Ridley. Because other than that, Metroid only has, what, 2 characters? And they're both Samus? Yeah. The other big one I see people tossing around is, Rex and Pyra, which again, even though the original Xenoblade is my favorite game of all time, I have yet to play Xenoblade Chronicles 2, even though I've owned it since December. I'm the worst. But, I hear a lot of people would rather have Pyra and Mithra, but it's probably going to be Rex and Pyra in like a dual role. I'm fine with that, sure. Because I only picked... The reason I picked up the original Xenoblade Chronicles was because they added Shulk to Smash Bros. So, yeah. Well, that, and at the time, Chugga Conway was Let's Playing it, and I played along. He's probably the only person I've ever followed along Let's Play to. I have no... What game is he doing right now? Did he just finish up Black and White? Was that it? Yeah, I did not play Black and White. Shit. That was the bomb. That sucks. I have not watched him. I did not watch his Black and White. It's just, I had just played through, Platinum at the time, so I was like, or maybe I just played through Sun and Moon, actually. Or, I mean, X and Y. One of those games. And I was like, I'm good on Pokemon for right now. Where else was I keep losing my train of thought. Actually, I don't think I was going anywhere from there, but... Oh, you know what I've been doing? I've been reading Ready Player One. I saw the movie. I actually restarted up my second channel, secondary. Well, I kind of co-hosted, owned it for a while. But then it kind of... Yeah, I fell through for a year. So, a little, like 1 year and like 2 days later, I finally like started it up again. And yeah. And I started it off with Ready Player One. Isle of Dogs will probably be on Sunday. And as part of all of that, I said I was going to read the book, because the movie was good enough to make me want to read the book. So I sat down and I started reading the book, and, I'm not far in at all. I bought the book when the adaptation was first announced, like when Spielberg signed on to direct it, and I was like, oh yeah. Okay, it's an interesting idea for a book. And then I just never read it. Years. Nope. But I finally sat down and read it, and I'm starting to anyways. I'm not far. I have a bunch of books. That, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Yeah. Both. That one I'm almost done with. That one I'll probably finish up on Tuesday. It's been a pretty solid book, all things considered. God damn it! Did I get? Okay, I was gonna be madder if I got splatted by the missiles. Oh, we lost this one bad. Yeah. Gosh, no, that was bad. But yeah. Oh, God. What else have I been doing recently? What else has been happening since the last Splatfest, which, was a month ago? I feel like they just keep coming so fast. They're at the beginning of every month, and it just keeps coming. I wonder how many more we have, though. Because, I mean, I'm expecting them to at least go up until the Octoling DLC, and then how long is this game going to go, I wonder? Because, I mean, the Octo expansion is, July? About a year after the game's release. So I wonder how, because I know the last Splatfest in the first game was, Callie versus Marie, and that was about a year in. So I wonder how many Splatfests we're going to get in this game before they stop. I can see it. I can see it going a year, but if they want to make this game a platform, I can actually see it going a lot longer. We'll see, because, I mean, if they are going to make it a platformer, like not a platformer, but a platform, they do need to add in new modes. They need to add in another ranked mode or something, because, well, yeah, Clan Blitz is... I actually don't know if... what I played of it, I thought was okay. Hey, look, Clan Blitz, there's another reason this should have been American football instead of real football. Right? But, yeah, it should have totally been... It would have been a much more interesting Splatfest. But I think they need another mode. Because, yeah, Clan Blitz is fine, but there are more interesting things. maybe they should do, Splatoon Battlegrounds. Because, I mean, everyone else is doing it right now. Oh my god. Well, I would say that, but as I've stated on several occasions, Nintendo is still stuck in 1995. Maybe 98 now. So maybe in like 20 years, when they finally do hit the modern Battlegrounds phase, they will finally make a Battle Royale game. Right? So like 20 years later, when everyone's looking back on it, like the same way, like Splatoon is like, oh, we're looking back at GoldenEye and how great it is. So maybe it'll be like, oh, we're looking back on PUBG and Fortnite and how those games existed. And that's when Splatoon Battle Royale will come out, because Nintendo will have just learned about it, because, because it'll finally be 2015 for them. Or, well, 2018 or whatever. Again, they're stuck back in the past. It doesn't... The year doesn't really matter. Actually, it's not the year. I say 1995 because I used to claim the Wii U was kind of like the SNES era. I mean, the games weren't as good, but you know what I mean. Because the Wii was the NES again. Them just doing the NES. The Wii U was a less successful NES, the SNES, just repeating history. The Switch is their N64. I mean, a 3D Mario game, that's huge. A 3D Zelda game, that's huge. Remaking classic. Splatoon 2 would be, the Star Fox 64 or something like that. You get where I'm going with this? How, like, Nintendo's just kind of like, they're stuck in the past. Which, I mean, is both a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing because they have no idea what, like, microtransactions are or anything like that. And because of that, we never have to worry about them doing those. But it's a bad thing because, I mean, they have no idea how the internet works at all. So it's a give and take system. I think we won this. But yeah, no, that actually, comparing it to their generations, it actually kind of holds up. I mean, the Wii U still kind of sucks. Oh god, imagine in the future when they have to do the Wii U all over again. At what point do we loop? Like, do we loop at... Is the Switch going to be our looping? The GameCube. So Nintendo, wow, we're only at the second unlock. Holy shit. So we're gonna get the next console to come out after the Switch is going to be heralded as one of the best consoles of all time, but it's going to flop, and then we'll do the Wii all over again. We'll do the NES all over again. I know that sound. I mean, again, if this was a perfect comparison, the Wii U should have done amazing because it's the SNES, because it's the NES, the SNES, and the Switch should not be doing as well as it is because N64. So this clearly isn't. But you get my point. Or is the Switch the Game Boy? Nah, that doesn't work. I wonder if... I know a lot of people are predicting this. Oh, I just thought of something else to talk about. A lot of people are predicting like a Switch revamp. Maybe with better hardware, a Switch Mini. I can see it. I can see it with better hardware, like a Switch 1.5 or a Switch like Deluxe or something like that. Please don't call it a new Nintendo Switch. My God. Why didn't they call that a Super 3DS? Like, seriously, that would have been a perfect name because it's a callback to the SNES. People would have loved it, right? But no, instead you go with new Nintendo 3DS. God, they're idiots. They have no idea how to market. They have no idea how to do online. But goddamn, does Nintendo know how to make a good game? That's a quote. I mean, God, that quote holds up so well. It's so true. Well, I mean, okay, the Switch's marketing has been okay. Some ads are, like, they do work. Other ads do totally remind me of the Wii U era stuff. So, it's a little give and take. But speaking on the idea of mid-generation refreshes, there have been rumors going around just this week of a PS5. And just earlier I was talking about how I think I'm finally going to buy a PS4 this year. A PS5, would that be a good or a bad thing? I know Microsoft's kind of taking a firm stance against the console, the idea of the console generation, and I mean, they kind of have to, because the Xbox is easily the least relevant thing in the gaming sphere right now. I mean, even in comparison to the Wii U, which was not pretty, I still felt like the Xbox was pretty irrelevant in comparison to the PS4. I mean, now that the Switch is doing well, the Xbox One is just... who cares? See, that's the Sorella umbrella right there. That's it. It's got the red tint. But I don't see the Xbox's place in the market right now. It's basically just a poor man's PC, but on that hand, with all the bit miners out there buying up all the graphics cards, I think the Xbox is going to benefit from that, because that's less people being able to buy a PC. And again, the PC isn't as amazing as the Master Race will want you to seem out, because Steam, while it is great, there's just so much shit. It really, the Steam, like, they're hailed it as one of the greats. No. The Steam marketplace is so flawed. Ever since they lost Greenlight. I mean, Greenlight wasn't perfect, but it's just been getting worse and worse. But, the PS5. Even if a PS5 comes out this year, I will probably buy a, PS4 anyways, because, well, I mean, it's like, they just announced, I bought a Galaxy S8 right before they announced the S9, because that makes the S8 cheaper, and plus it's still perfectly fine hardware. Right? But, where was I going with that? the PS4, unless the PS5 has backwards compatibility, that changes the story. But knowing PlayStation over these past few generations, it probably won't. Xbox is pushing backwards compatibility right now, which is a great thing. That's actually one of the few selling points. One of the only selling points I'll give Xbox is that they are willing to do backwards compatibility. That's pretty cool. Theoretically, being able to pick up Halo 2 and like play it with friends at like a local LAN party. I mean, it probably won't play out exactly like that, but that would be awesome because I had multiplayer. I don't like multiplayer shooters, but local Halo 2 multiplayer. Me and my friends used to play into the wee hours of the morning. We had so much fun. I loved Halo 2. Oh gosh, so great. Same thing with Forge. I had a good chunk of time with Forge. But if the PS5, I don't see it coming out this year. I mean, some people will say it's too fast. Like, you know, too fast of a turnaround. But they have been saying dev kits have been going out for a while now, and I mean the PS4 dominates the marketplace. The Wii U was losing, but yet the Switch still came out within 6 months of like reveal to release. So anything's possible. But I mean I get the idea of the console refresh. We just did have the PS4 Pro. Was that last year or was that 2 years ago? I don't remember at this point. God, I cannot hit them. So, I think it's been far. It's been long enough. But I can totally see it coming out this year. But if I was a gambling man, I'd say next year. Next year does seem like it's been long enough. And I mean, PS4 is kind of dominating the market share. And we are basically entering a new console generation. Between the Switch and the PS4, and Microsoft says they're done with console generations. I mean, there probably are, because the Xbox is slowly, over the next few years, you can quote me on this. I mean, I'm no Michael Pachter, but half the time he's full of shit anyways. Xbox is probably going to devolve into just a poor man's PC. I mean, they may put Steam on it. Who the hell knows at this point? But I could totally see, it's just going to be for people who want PC gaming, but either can't, don't know how to make a PC or can't afford to make a PC. As someone who made a low-tier PC, it's not as easy as the Master Race claims it to be. But yeah, the Xbox One is going to, over the next few years, is going to gradually transition into just another PC. It's going to be a PC with like brand recognition, kind of like Alienware. Hopefully it's going to be less. Hopefully it's going to, but I mean, I can actually kind of see that working. Where it's just a low tier, a PC you can put on your couch, right? Because I mean, they are adding keyboard and mouse support. I don't think that's a bad, because Microsoft just, their exclusives are less and less relevant. I mean, last year they had Cuphead and Halo Wars. Who cared about Halo Wars? I mean, honestly, did anybody? Cuphead was good. This year they have Sea of Thieves, and while I know it is kind of barren, I've seen a lot of goods. I've got a lot of enjoying content out of it. So I cannot complain too much. But I can totally see Xbox evolving into a PC. And I don't think that's a bad place for them. Oh, nice. Champions. What else? So yeah, PS5. I guess I'm on board with it. The specs, it's just, I mean, it's still a poor man's gaming PC, and the only reason I'm interested in getting a PS4 is the exclusives. I have a PC. While it doesn't play the highest tier stuff, like the best it could possibly play, it's overall pretty solid. Like, I did it on a budget, and I think I did fine with a budget. So, but I'm interested, like, Spider-Man, I own the original Shadow of the Colossus. I still do. I would be fine with, buying a remake, though. There's a bunch of other ones. Assuming I like Dark Souls when I play that, in May. God, that's a month away. I'm actually excited for that. Oh. But, there's a bunch of other exclusives that look pretty good. I'm not the biggest God of War guy. Nah. Uncharted. I was thinking about single player shooters earlier. Uncharted 2, one of the best single player shooters of all time. Up there with BioShock and BioShock Infinite. So yeah, no, Uncharted 4 is probably really good. And yeah, sure, I'll pick that one up as well. Because, see, that's what I'm talking. Like, the exclusives are what make it worth it. And that's Xbox's problem. Is they basically gave all of their exclusives to PC as a trophy. And that's made them less and less relevant. Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn. There's another one that would be really fun to play. But that's Xbox. They just have less and less importance in the market because of it. Because they gave all their exclusives away to PlayStation, or to PC. And I know PS4 was talking about doing that. They may still be putting their exclusives on PC. I mean, that just makes them timed, unlike if they do them timed. But that kind of just makes them like Microsoft, if they do them at the same release, which, that just leaves Nintendo, which, right, Nintendo definitely, if you're picking up a Switch, you're doing it for the exclusives and for the, indie support. I feel bad for people who own a Switch, but they're only in it for the first party, and they like don't play indie games, or they don't play very many of them, or they refuse to. I mean, some of them I get, like, you didn't buy a Switch for indie games. I get that one. But the Switch just has such good indie support. I mean, that's half. I've been satisfied. Celeste is it's not just was, it is a great indie game. It's one of my favorite platformers of all time. Ooh, what were they doing? What else? God, I hate you. Wow, we are almost losing. Or we are definitely losing as of this moment. What else was I? You know what game I just thought of for no reason? That I think would be cool to get on Switch, that I expect to be on Switch, because I mean they did kind of tease it. Final Fantasy 15, because I feel like I just saw like a schedule for its like release DLC and like PS and PC release or something like that. I don't want the mobile version. If they have the mobile version, God, I get how like Chrono Trigger fans feel so betrayed by the PC port. That sucks, by the way. Oh my god. The first time I ever played Chrono Trigger was when I did my SNES Classic video. Not on there, but you get the point. So I get why that sucks. I hear they are fixing it though. But I know they're doing a mobile port of Final Fantasy 15. But I think that would be cool to have on Switch. Even though I don't play RPGs, if they can get the normal version, which I think they could. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. You know what else I'm waiting for? Hollow Knight. Oh god, man, freaking they added it's freaking Erewhon Mall and other map. Didn't I see this already? Why the hell did they never add a skip button? I mean, I know that was one of the biggest complaints with the first game, and they never fixed it. Hey, look, it's that hat. So much of the salmon run gear, like, it just makes you look homeless. Or it makes you either look homeless or like a construction worker. Ball. Oh my god. You know what I'd be cool? You know what would be interesting to see? I doubt anyone would have the talent, but I'd love to see, I like, actually, I'm gonna get out of that one. I like that one. See, look, there's that stupid sparkle meme. I'd love to see, Angel Beats. I think that's what the show was called. That would be pretty sad. Be perfect for here. I don't know why I was just thinking of that. Wait, what is this one saying? You're killing me. Ah, that one's nice as well. I like that. I like that. We're gonna keep going for like 20 minutes. Even though I hate both of these maps. I actually haven't played the mall since the first game. I still have yet to play, what is it, the museum map? Yeah, no, that has not been in the map rotation. I feel like Humpback Pump Track and Muscle Forge Fitness are always in the map rotation, though. Where's the guy? Oh, we're back up to 186. When did that happen? Or 1868. When did that happen? What? Huh? God, I'm going all over the place here. You know, I was thinking about, so online in September, I think I've talked about this before. I think I said this on Twitter, actually. Hello, Woofer. Hello. Who's a good Woofer? You are. You're a good Woofer. Who's a good boy? Okay, I'm gonna play. Yes, you are the good boy. Where was it going? Oh yeah, so with the online, while I do want, well, I could totally see Smash Bros. In, God, that sucks. Well, I can totally, really? Do all three of them have that? Well, I can see Smash Bros. In, September to launch inside with the online. I think it would also be cool to see Overwatch. I feel like that would be a big surprise for E3. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I feel like that's another game that is strong enough to launch the online with. And then we get, like, Smash Bros. In October or something. And I know the developers said they were, like, thinking about it. And nothing had been, like... I don't think they said no, but they also didn't say yes? So I could see it going either way. I don't know why it is, but for some reason I was just splatting. And I just had like one of those, like, it like triggered something in my brain. And now I'm thinking about Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. I think I was like listening to a podcast and they were talking about it during a previous Splatfest. And for some reason, playing this game right now just recalled that, and like, it linked the two memories. Does that ever happen? Like, you're listening to it, like, one time I was playing a Snake Pass, and I had like music on in the background. And I was listening to Play That Funky Music by Wild Cherry, And at some later point, I was like going through my music and Play That Funky Music came on, and it just made me want to play Snake Pass again. And I actually sat down, and I think that was the time when I 100%ed the game. They did recently add an arcade mode, though, so I should probably go back. But yeah, that happens from time to time. It's neat. I feel bad for that guy. Oh, wow, he didn't die. Impressive. But, yeah, Overwatch. I feel Overwatch, I mean, it probably wouldn't run perfectly on the Switch. And no, they could probably get away with it. But I think that would be a neat game to add. I don't know if it would have, like, a super large following or anything, but... At least on the Switch itself, but... That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. That would probably get me to play Overwatch more than I have on PC or Xbox. Oh, yeah. I think we have that. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Easy. No. Yeah. I think they could do it. I don't expect it, mind you, because, I mean, again, the developers were just thinking about it. Blizzard. Gosh, imagine that being the game that finally teaches Nintendo about loot boxes. You know, that's my big worry, because, like, Splatoon, both games, would have been the perfect place for, like, breeding, like, microtransactions in-game with, like, the salty sea snails, but they didn't do it, because they don't know what microtransactions is, because, again, they're stuck in 1998. But if, like, some big thing like that comes along and teaches them, like, because they finally figured out what DLC was during the Wii U era. So maybe, like, if something big like that happens, maybe they finally figure out what microtransactions are. And as shitty as this sounds, I could totally see them pulling an EA with it, like, exploiting it to hell. Because that's just who Nintendo is. I know we like to think of the Nintendo as this high-power, almighty, amazing company, but they're shitholes a lot of the time. And I could totally see them doing something that shady, that greedy. I mean, that's kind of what makes Nintendo great right now, is they don't know what microtransactions are. I mean, they do, you know what I mean. They do, but they just don't do them. But, probably have to be after, like, Miyamoto's passing. Because he's probably totally against them. But, you get what I'm saying, right? I mean, look at their stupid Animal Crossing game. That thing's riddled with horrible microtransactions. And then they have the gacha system in Fire Emblem, which, again, haven't really played. So, well, I mean, I did. I actually got Aqua and Camila, which was pretty cool. But I never played it too much. I like I mean, it was kind of cool that it was basically just a simpler Fire Emblem. Like, that was the right way to take it, unlike whatever the hell they did with Animal Crossing. Okay, this part wasn't always like this, right? Like, they have definitely changed the design of this map. Just slightly. I like the Pearl and Marina icons. Those are cute. I still do not really care for this map. I mean, I actually, this map works well in, I think, Tower Control or Rainmaker, or not in, it's one of those. It's not, Capture the Point, because the point's, like, right here in the middle, and it kind of sucks going up that slope, because you can easily, like, if one team gets to it first, they could easily notch the high ground and stall for a long time. Yeah, like, these grates right here, these were not here in the previous. Yeah, no. Shit. Ooh, what was that? Was that a... That was nice. I mean, a nice move on their part. Where was I? I don't know. I mean, I could be underestimating Nintendo. They may have some sort of integrity or dignity, but if they treat it anyways like they treat the internet, ugh. I'm worried about their online. I really am. I think... I mean, okay, it's not... I mean, just copy what Microsoft does. I know they have problems as well. I mean, the Xbox 360 era, yeah. But for a... They were kind of the staple for paid online, for better or worse. And you just kind of need that solid map making and stop focusing on the app. Again, that's kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, they know app is this cool, hip thing, so we have to connect it with everything. When it's like, no, the old system works. You don't need this. We lost this bad. I cannot get up this hill. Yeah, every time I try to go up that hill, I could not get past that. I never even went over to that side of the map. Hello, Woofer. How are you doing? I know you're the good boy. Who is the good boy? Okay, I got your ball. Ready? Go get it. Okay, let's continue on. A few more matches, maybe 2 or 3. Okay. I cannot believe I got up to... I think that's probably one of the highest I've ever... I don't think I've ever broken 2,000, but I feel like that's one of the highest I've ever gotten in a Splatfest. Okay. Okay, back to work. I want to go... I guess I'll start off going this way, but I kind of want to go up there at some point. Okay, I can't get all 3, but... Oh, there I can't get all 4, but I'll take that. Who is that, the sad boy? Are you a good woofer? Oh gosh, I'm like only paying half attention right now. Shoot! Who's a good woofer? Where's your ball? Oh gosh. Sorry, woofer. Give me a minute. Give me the minute. Oh my gosh. I'm trying not to disappoint him, but shoot. Okay, 1 minute, Wolfer. 1 minute. You just gotta win or lose. Preferably win. I know who's a good Wolfer. I know. I know who's a good woofer. You're a good boy. Ah, shoot. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, get the ball. Where'd you get the blue one from? You had an orange one a second ago. Hello. Hello. Did you lose it? Ooh. Oh, we won. Awesome. Okay. You see it? Go get it. Come on. Come on. Ooh. Sit. 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 You can't see him, can you? Get it. I hit nope. Shoot. Come on. He loves his balls. Yeah, he had an orange one a minute ago, and I have no idea where it went. Oh gosh, I don't want to hit that glass. There's a glass over on the table over there. I mean, could do one more. Let's do one more. He's getting food. The woofer cam. I almost never use that. Yeah, he is a good boy. Saw Isle of Dogs today. I'm doing a video on that on hopefully Sunday it comes out. Again, start reviewing movies again. Yeah, no, it's pretty positive. So any last topic? I feel like I've talked about everything that I can think of. I mean, we've gone all the way from the PS4 to Smash speculation. Talked about Spider-Man, Sea of Thieves. Oh gosh, Infinity War is in less than a month. That's it. That's crazy. I also find it crazy that I even bought tickets. So yeah, overall with the Splatfest, I liked the Shifty Stations. It's not the best one, but I felt like its simplicity really helped it out because I never even changed weapons this Splatfest. I used the oh gosh, what is this thing even called? It's the Splashomatic or the Splooshomatic, one of those. I didn't use anything else. And I like the Splooshomatic. It's a good Splatfest weapon. Ah, gosh, I couldn't even kill him. But yeah, the Shifty Station, it was simple, and that's why it worked. Because it didn't have any I mean, the gimmick I never used, and I never really felt like I was at a disadvantage for not using it. Unlike, say, some of the other maps where you most certainly are. Ooh, wow, I actually splatted someone. That's nice. Get out of there. Oh my gosh. I was about to say, have I even died once? But I think that was my second go. Not a bad go for me. You know what is interesting? I kept thinking of the baseball ink as like an orange red. It actually is more orange than I first thought. You see the one missile land. Yeah, we won that. Good to win our final match. Yeah, no, I think overall the Splatfest. Yeah, I mean, I think football's got it. We'll see. We'll see. Everything. God, I got out 6. Nice. Yeah, about we're a third of the way there. I probably won't get champion off screen. I mean, I still have like 49 salty sea snails, so I'm not in any desperate need for any more. But yeah, it sucks that we got the power outage about halfway through. Yeah, overall, yeah, fine, Splatfest. I hope we get a more exciting theme. I feel like this wasn't the perfect theme for a video game. Let's see, let's go around and look at some Splatfest art. I didn't think you like that one. I'm Team Soccer, actually. Ah, that's cute. I've never watched JoJo. You know what I just realized? Aren't they also doing Pearl in Marina Amiibo? That's probably going to come out at the same time as the Octoling expansion, isn't it? Nintendo account user remake. Inappropriate. Oh, this sucks. Yeah, I already laughed at that one. Team Soccer. That's cute. There's always some good art. Okay, that's weird. Remember when Splatoon 2 was just taken over by furries for like a month? Ah, God. Those were times. Not good times, not bad times. Well, some will argue bad times. But times. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to end it off. Next week, Link to the Past. Finally. Finally. I've been saying I was going to do this for weeks. I'm thinking of the Rage Quit. Go watch that. Go watch the Rage Quit on the Winnie the Pooh baseball game. I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time. Peace.